recovery that only benefits the 1%. And then when the market does collapse, you're sitting there calling your broker, what do I do? When you should be shorting. Learn how to short the market. Continue to listen to my radio show, philsgang.com. Become a member, only $39.95 a month, and learn how to short.
Don't wait. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264.
What, are you nuts? If the stock market can make you so rich, especially Apple and Microsoft and Google and Amazon and the rest, why are so many Americans poor? If the 401k promises you a retirement, then why is it we are in a retirement crisis? Here's the answer. Because 85% of you get out of the market too late. I fixed that with my color-coded chart, which tells you when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out. That's right, when to run like hell. Check it out. You get a free membership and the free color-coded chart for 10 days. Check it out, philsgang.com.
Did you know breast cancer kills 113 people every day? That's unacceptable.
African American women die from breast cancer nearly 41% more than Caucasian women.
That's unacceptable.
Breast cancer is the leading cause of all cancer deaths for Hispanic women.
Breast cancer is unacceptable.
Together with Susan G. Komen, we're committed to reducing U.S. breast cancer deaths by half.
And we're going to do it by 2026.
Visit Komen.org/unacceptable.
When the market's open, we watch the market all day long. And when we see there's an opportunity for a stock, and it's a stock that we've been following, there's a lot of stocks we put on our watch list, and it has to hit a certain criteria. Then when it does, we alert you. You immediately get an alert that says, we bought this stock, X stock, at $30. So you get an alert immediately. What's better than that? I mean, nobody does that for you. But the most important thing, they'll say, okay, here's why we're getting out now, or here's why we're taking profits. I think it's going to go down. Look, the most important thing is this. I want you to be prepared for when the market does tank or rally, that you're with us, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG. Join my gang right now, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG, and you'll be in position, and you'll sleep at night, and you don't have to worry.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
I signed up, and I've learned an incredible amount from Phil and Steve. The staff at Phil's Gang gives platinum-level service and stock recommendations. You know, it's as simple as that. At the end of a month or so, I've always been in the black. Phil's Gang is a class act. I'm happy to be a member.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Graney, philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down, keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. That's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now are the worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days.
The stocks discussed on Phil's Gang are not in any way a recommendation or solicitation to buy, sell, or hold. If considering acting on information presented, we first recommend you seek out a competent, licensed professional for advice. Get ready for the radio show that tells you what Wall Street doesn't want you to know.
Oh, I'm a money magnet. Money, money, money's coming to me. Money sets me free. I'm a money magnet. Money, 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 money's coming to me.
It's your daily dose of how to manage your money. And now it's time for Phil's Gang on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. With your host, Phil Grandy.
Money's coming to me.
This is called the Great American Comeback, the economy roaring back
in the first quarter. It's almost back to where it was before the pandemic. Not quite, but we think it'll hit that in the second quarter.
Well, of course. Look at the money they had. They got the money printed, and it was given to the folks. The government sent out the checks, unemployment checks, stimulus checks. Of course, that's going to look great in the first quarter, second quarter. But let's talk about this when we get into the fourth quarter. We're going to be worse off than we were before the pandemic. Because remember, before the pandemic, we were not doing well. Our economy was only growing 2.6%. Sure, if you take and print all this money and you give it to the folks, we had that pandemic, and they just go spend and spend and spend. You know, I had a laugh. They were saying how, and I talked about this last week, that they were saying, well, you know, reason why people are spending like crazy right now, they didn't spend during the pandemic. They didn't spend during the pandemic. They were hoarding all that money. So when they hoarded that money and they were let out, they opened up the economy, they weren't spending. Well, that wasn't true at all. We had historic spending online. I mean, it's just as amazing. I mean, what, they don't get that? So we always had spending going on. But again, let's go back to where that money is coming from. The money is coming from government. And by the way, talking about that for a moment, they just approved the infrastructure plan, the Senate.
5 Republicans and 5 Democrats will pitch the president on an agreement they reached last night for a framework for infrastructure. The price tag will be about $1 trillion. $559 billion of that is new spending, but we haven't heard much yet on how it will be paid for, which of course has been the biggest roadblock.
Okay, but also we haven't heard other things. When the government spends money, it simply takes that money from one place, from you and me, we pay for this, and move it to another place. Anytime the government takes money, they don't do well with that money. They don't put it in the right place. Even if they put it in the bridges, the roads. When the private sector takes money or has money, they produce. They create wealth. This is not going to create wealth. It's not going to create wealth. Because remember, they're taking people from, and here's the other problem, it doesn't create wealth. Because if you're working right now, you're going to leave your job to go work on a bridge. But you got a full-time job right now. So you say, well, I can make much more money. I'm going to go build the bridge. I'm going to paint the bridge. But when the bridge is finished in 6 months, you're out of a job. These projects, I mean, you're going to hear how, wow, this is unbelievable. Wow. No, it's not. Projects, yeah, they may create jobs, but they do not create wealth. You know, just because they're talking about this employment, all these new jobs, remember, they're taking people, most of those jobs are from people who are already working. Because a lot of these jobs are specialty jobs. You don't take a guy who's a waiter or a bartender and have him go build a bridge. When you're doing road construction, bridge construction, these are specialized people. They're working already. If they're not great, sure, they get a job. But when that money runs out, it's over. So employment alone is not a good indicator of some economic success. What are you, nuts? Overall wealth is. That is an indicator. That identifies economic success. Wealth. You're not creating wealth with these projects. There's no wealth creation there. So all these jobs we're talking about does nothing for state of Florida or state of Michigan. Doesn't do anything for it, really. Nothing for its overall prosperity or standard of living. You're not going to hear that from anybody. Do projects boost our economy? No, they don't boost the economy, but they won't tell you that. Again, if a guy is a welder and he's welding and he can go get another job welding and make more money, he's leaving one part of the sector for another. Now, if someone is laid off and he gets a job, that's fine, but doesn't create wealth, because the minute that bridge is finished and his welding job is done, he's still without a job. And the biggest thing is, if they're going to spend $1 billion on these roads and bridges and so forth, you got to say, where did the billion come from? It came from you and I, the taxpayer. Imagine if we could take that $1 billion and put it into productivity, something that's there every day, every month, every year. Take that same money and put it in the hands of individual entrepreneurs. Now you're creating wealth. Now you're doing something. So they make it sound like we got this big wealth creation going on, and it's not. It'll be spent, it'll be allocated, but it's not going to be on things of the highest priority. No, just that's again. This is it's a good thing. Yes, I get that. But if you could give that money back to entrepreneurs, start small businesses, startup businesses, that's where the billion should be going. So, do I think it's a good thing? Sure, I do. But let's call it what it is. It's not creating wealth. It's not going to create all these millions of jobs. It's going to take a lot of jobs from people who are already working. They're going to leave that job and go to this new job. And then when the bridge is done, it's over. These kind of jobs never create economies. They have nothing to do with a booming economy. It's a joke. They just don't tell the truth, do they? Just like they're telling us the economy is booming. The economy is booming. We're on this big comeback, right?
This is called the Great American Comeback, the economy roaring back in the first quarter. It's almost back to where it was before the pandemic. Not quite, but we think it'll hit that in the second quarter.
Okay, so let's say that's the truth. We believe it, right? Wow, this is unbelievable, right? Then why? Then I'm a little confused. But if this is so great, yeah, we can't pay our debt obligations. We have a negative net worth, the United States. What are you, nuts? Yellen, Treasury Secretary, Aunt B, told Congress on Wednesday, our country is facing a catastrophic situation. We're defaulting on our loans. We're defaulting on our loans. The people who loaned us money through selling them treasuries, she has no money in her checking account to pay them. Now those loans are due. She sold treasuries. People give you money. You get a treasury bill back. She can't pay them. They're coming due in August. She can't pay them. She went to Congress. She has no money to pay them. She has no money in her savings account. She has no money in her checking account. And guess what? She can't raise money. She can't have more debt because we hit what? I'll tell you when I get back why they can't raise any more money. This is just a joke. We'll be back right after this break. Remember, help St. Jude when you're making some money, hopefully in the stock market. You certainly will if you join my gang, Phil's Gang.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
Hi, I'm Phil Grain at philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down. It keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. That's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now are the worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days.
At St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, we're fighting against childhood cancer every day. At the heart of this battle are our donors.
Most of us want to make some type of difference in the lives of others. St. Jude does miraculous work.
The fact that no one has to pay, it's a place where everyone is treated as an equal.
Everybody is welcome here, and it doesn't matter your religion or what part of the world you're from, all that is taken away. It just gives you some hope.
It's just a nice feeling to put your energy into something that really does genuinely make a difference in a child's life.
There's just no greater gift. If we have the ability to help, then we have a responsibility to help.
Finding cures, saving children. St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Find out how you can help at stjude.org.
I've been a Phil's Gang member since 2014. Over that time, I've generated over six-figure profits. Following Phil, his charting system has really been a huge impact on my career and my life. I would recommend Phil's Gang to the mom and pop out there. I would recommend it to parents teaching their children. I would recommend it to grandparents. If you really trust in their system, you will do well.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264. With the philsgang.com membership, we bring investors right to the floor, into the pits with Phil's daily live webinar classroom. Get inside market guidance on investing strategies. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Don't have time to analyze and study stocks? At philsgang.com, we recognize that there are all types of investors, and we also recognize that your time is valuable. So we offer investing programs for all individuals. We offer investing programs for long-term and short-term positions. And philsgang.com provides quick and easy to understand investing videos that only take a few minutes to watch. With the philsgang.com investing programs, you will learn technical stock charting, how to execute your trades, and most importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or give them a call, 877-600-GANG. Short on time but want to invest in the stock market? Let philsgang.com help you. For only $39.95 a month, you get complete access to all of Phil's powerful investing programs, videos, and resources.
That works for me. Log in, watch the videos, and make profits.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. philsgang.com.
Remember, when this market crashed in 2009, it should have never crashed because the chairperson of these two committees, their job was to protect consumers, protect our investments, and they're supposed to ensure that our investments are being monitored. Where were they in 2009 and 2008? They weren't anywhere because they don't do that. They take care of themselves. They protect themselves. They become richer. So you can't depend on these crooks in Congress. The stock market is a great place to be, but you just got to know this is a different market than your grandfather's market. So why don't you, for 30 days, join my gang, 877-600-GANG, try it for 30 days, $39.95. Follow me. I tell you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. All I ask you, start making money. Please remember St. Jude.
Don't wait. Join Phil's Gang today and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. Welcome back. Are you ready to make profits in the stock market? Why not check out philsgang.com or give us a call, 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. Join my gang. It's free for 10 days. You get my color-coded chart. And that color-coded chart really works. It's unlike any other chart. If you look at a chart, you'll see the candlesticks. One day it's red, another day it's green. Next 2 days could be red. Next 4 days could be green, then back to red. So you never really know if money's actually staying in that stock, or is there more money going in than coming out? You don't know that. So when you're making a decision to buy a stock, you don't have a real clue. My charts, they've been designed so they say the one color. If enough institutions, that's what you look for, institutions, big insurance companies, big hedge funds, big banks, 401ks, you want them buying that stock that you're looking at. So if the money is going in, we can see at any one given time the money going in, actually going in, and we can see it sustaining itself. But you also identify early on if they're going to be pulling the money out, or they start pulling the money out. Because when you start pulling money out, the stock price goes down. They keep putting the money in, stock price goes up. There's no other stock, there's no other software that does that. I patented it. There is not a chart in this world that does that. So if you go to buy Google today or Facebook today, you'll actually see the money going in, and then you'll start seeing the money going out. And you get an advance warning if the money's going out, so you start preparing, you start taking your profits. It's easy to use. Every morning at 9:30 when market opens, our members, if they want, they come to our class, ask whatever questions they want about their stock, and we apply the color-coded chart. It does work. And what we have today, with all this uncertainty, look what happened last Friday. Well, last Thursday, a week ago, Powell comes out and says, you know what? After 13 years, I'm going to start raising rates. Friday morning, market was down 500 points. 500 points on that news. Monday comes, the market was back up 500 points. People came to their senses because they realized that never again will these people raise rates. That's the consequence for this quantitative easing. The consequences for keeping rates too low for too long. That's called quantitative easing. That's a big fancy word. It's nothing more than the Treasury's going to print money and go out and give it to the banks free so they can push their stock price up, the CEOs, without productivity. Yeah. Also, they print the money and they go to a corporation that's in trouble. And they go in and they say, let me buy all of your treasuries. Because corporations have treasuries. And so if a corporation's in trouble, they buy $10 million of their treasuries, and now the company has $10 million operating capital to keep going on and doing the same things that got them in trouble. They're called zombie corporations. 30% of our S&P 500 companies are zombies. That's what they do. That's what they've been doing for 13 years. They do the same thing with the banks. Our banks have never been fixed since 2008. Never. They do the same thing. They go in the banks, they print all this money, go in and buy their treasuries. They buy their mortgages. The Federal Reserve I'm talking about, and they put on the Federal Reserve balance sheet, and they keep those banks alive. This is what we've been doing for 13 years. This is insane. So while he's coming out and saying he's going to stop this, are you nuts? Come Monday morning, it was over. We're right back to where we were. People finally woke up and said, he can't do that. They'll never raise rates again. But guess what? That kills the economy. At some point, we're going to have such terrible inflation, we're going to have the biggest crash ever. But for 13 years, the wealthy have added to their wealth. It's been incredible, and they don't care. And when the market does crash, they're going to make more money by shorting the market. Now, we can't pay our debt obligations. If things were working and terrific, and the market's up, let's do this. The market's up over 500% since 2018. 2008. And just in the last 6 months, up over 100%. And people say, oh, the economy's doing great. Doing great? What are you, nuts? We can't pay our debt obligations. We have a negative net worth. Yellen, I said before the break, went to Congress, said, look, we got a catastrophe. I can't pay. We're going to default on our loans. You know the individuals that we sold treasuries to? So to put money in our checking account to pay our bills. You know China that we sold treasuries to? We borrowed money from them, gave them a treasury. We can't pay them back. We can't pay treasury. We can't even pay back. We can't pay China. We can't pay Japan. We can't pay Saudis. We can't pay individuals who loaned us money through treasury purchases. So we got to do something, she says. So wait, does this sound like a very strong country? She says, you got to raise the debt ceiling because I cannot borrow any money from them if they would loan it to me. I can't borrow from them because the debt ceiling, which tells us we only can legally borrow up to a certain amount, we're at that amount. Do you know what their answer is? Not to cut spending. If we had a good president, if we had people that were honest in Congress, they would say, good, let's default. Let's finally go into a recession that we should have when baby Bush was president. We should have gone into recession and cleaned this mess up for once and for all. Because if we keep doing this, our kids and our grandkids are not going to get a break. They're not even going to live as well as we do. This is what's going on in this country. But we have to keep making money. And you got to be in the right stocks. We'll talk about those when we get back.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
Hi, I'm Phil Grain at philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down, keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. That's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now are the worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days. When the market's open, we watch the market all day long. And when we see there's an opportunity for a stock, and it's a stock that we've been following, there's a lot of stocks we put on our watch list, and it has to hit a certain criteria. Then when it does, we alert you. You immediately get an alert. It says, we bought this stock, X stock, at $30. So you get an alert immediately. What's better than that? I mean, nobody does that for you. But the most important thing, they'll say, okay, here's why we're getting out now, or here's why we're taking profits. I think it's going to go down. Look, the most important thing is this. I want you to be prepared for when the market does tank or rally, that you're with us, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG. Join my gang right now, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG, and you'll be in position, and you'll sleep at night, and you don't have to worry.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy. Is your business prepared to respond to any emergency in the workplace? Well, you better be. Let over 30 years of law enforcement experience go to work for you. Boyd Investigative Group is here for all your business security needs. I know. I use them. They're terrific. Call today for your free confidential consultation. 941-724-4535. That's 941-724-4535. Or visit them on the website, BoydInvestigativeGroup.com.
License number A1900020.
When the market's open, we watch the market all day long. And when we see there's an opportunity for a stock, and it's a stock that we've been following, there's a lot of stocks we put on our watch list, and it has to hit a certain criteria. Then when it does, we alert you. You immediately get an alert that says, we bought this stock, X stock, at $30. So you get an alert immediately. What's better than that? I mean, nobody does that for you. But the most important thing, they'll say, okay, here's why we're getting out now, or here's why we're taking profits. I think it's going to go down. Look, the most important thing is this. I want you to be prepared for when the market does tank or rally, that you're with us, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG. Join my gang right now, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG, and you'll be in position, and you'll sleep at night. You don't have to worry.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. What if you could have an in-depth understanding of the stock market just like the pros? Well, thanks to Phil Grandy and philsgang.com, you can. philsgang.com offers comprehensive, up-to-date market information designed to help you understand and anticipate market behavior. With philsgang.com, you'll build your investing confidence even through down cycles and periods of uncertainty. Go to philsgang.com. philsgang.com today. 877-600-GANG. 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up. It never comes down. It keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. And that's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now, worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days.
Welcome back. Are you ready to make profits in the stock market? Why not check out philsgang.com or give us a call, 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. Remember to subscribe to my Phil's Gang YouTube channel to get both my live and archived radio shows. Also, my free Phil's Take on the stock market. Also, sign up and get a free 10-day chart and membership trial. That's right. It's free for 10 days. Go to philsgang.com. You'll say Working Investors. Click on, and for 10 days, you'll be able to enjoy that chart. It'll tell you when to buy, when to sell, when to get out, when to run like hell. But best of all, when to sell short. So you're finally making money as the market goes down. Do you know? Most people don't realize this. You hear me say this all the time. 85% of the people lose money because they don't know when to get out of the stock market. They don't know when to get out. Now, here's a good example. Going back, we had Kramer come up with this. Remember this here? He's telling this guy to buy this stock.
Okay. Is United Microelectronics a buy at this level?
I think so. I think so. It's just doing really well. I mean, the chart is wrong. The stock is doing well. I'm okay with it. I really am.
So he says the chart is wrong. The stock is really doing well. The chart is wrong. Really? Well, guess what? The chart is right. The chart is correct. And I said, we'll follow that stock. Now prove the chart is right. So I have it on my color-coded chart. So the stock dropped. This guy got caught. The stock was around $11, and it dropped down to about $8. That's a hell of a drop. He had a 27% drop. Now he asked, you heard him, he asked Kramer, should I stay in this stock? Oh, yeah, that's a great stock. Yeah, that's a great stock. But when it was going back up, it was red. It was telling him, don't be in that stock. Find another stock. Don't be in that stock. Don't be in that stock. And we call these stocks 50%ers. That means from where they drop, do they go down to the bottom, you draw a line about halfway up. That's about as far as those kind of stocks are going to go. He's not going to get his money back. So it was perfect. So the stock was around $8. It went up to around, started around $9.50, we'll say. And that was it. It stopped. It stopped. Because why? Because everybody who sold that stock short bet it was going down. They made their money. So they had to buy the stock. That's what drove it up. Then it stopped. See, this is what people don't understand. The same people who made the stock go down, if I made $5,000 on the stock UMC going down, I don't make my $5,000 until I buy the stock. Because remember how a short works. I said to John, you got UMC. I think it's going to go down, John. You have it at $12. I believe it's going to go down. And John says, no, I'm a trader. I believe it's going to go up. I said, okay, now I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to make a deal with you. I'm going to take that stock from you, and if it goes down, and it goes down less than that, less than your, let's say $12, less than $12, every time it goes down, at any moment, you got to pay me the difference. And I'll do the same thing with you. If it goes up beyond that $12, I'll pay you. Yeah, we got a deal because we're both traders. So the stock starts going down from $12. And so as it gets down to $12, it drops from $12, goes down to $11.50, goes down to $11, keeps going down. Now, anytime I could force him to sell me that stock, but I have to buy it, right? I have to buy it. I haven't bought it yet. I just have a deal with him. It's like having a deposit on it, okay? It's like having an option on something. So the stock goes all the way down. Now the stock gets down to about $8. So I made a lot of money. So that's a 33% return. So now I'm going to say to John, okay, now you got to sell it to me. He has no choice. He's got to sell it to me. He takes the loss. But when he sells it to me, I have to buy it. That's what moves it up. The action where I buy it from him. That's how simple shorting is. He thought the stock was going to go up from $12. I believe the stock was going to go down from $12, and we made a deal. And so at wherever it dropped to, less than his $12, he had to eat it. I made a profit. He had to sell it to me. He had no choice. He had to sell it to me at that loss. So I could have said, when it was $12 and got down to $11, I said, okay, John, now you got to sell it to me. Or if it got down to $9, John, now you got to sell it to me. Or it got all the way down to $8, now, John, you got to sell it. So he's taking a 30% hit. I made 30%. But when I decide to buy it at $8, that's what moves it up. So this poor guy, he's criticizing, oh, the chart's wrong. Charts are never wrong. He says to stay in it. So the guy's all excited. It's going up, right? He thinks he's making money. He doesn't realize it's only going to go halfway up. Because like me, everybody who was selling it short, we're the ones buying it. Because poor John owes us money. Those are called 50%ers, meaning the stock from the high to the low, it only can go up about halfway off that low because people like me, John's got to now sell me that stock. I got to buy it. So that's why if you have a chart that's color-coded, it's telling this poor guy that. If you had a color-coded chart, see, it's turned back to red now. It means the institutions have stopped buying it. So he's stuck. He's stuck. He's screwed. Charts are a wonderful thing, but mine are better because my charts will stay that same color. It'll stay all green if money's going in. It'll stay all red if money's going out. If I'm in it and it's green or red and it turns yellow, if I'm in it and it turns yellow, it's warning me that my green, as the stock was going, that could change a position, start going down, so I start taking money off. How simple is that? So try it for 10 days. And it's so easy to use. Your kids can use it. But no, a chart's never wrong because it follows the money. And that's what you want to do is follow the money. And again, going back to what happened last week, a week ago, when the Fed made that announcement, they were going to raise rates, which means what? when they say they're going to raise rates. It means they're not going to print money anymore, or they're going to cut back on printing money, and they're going to cut back on buying U.S. Treasuries with that money, and therefore interest rates are going to go up. What a joke. That was a lie. What he wanted to go back up was the dollar. That's what he wanted to go back up, was the dollar. Because for all these years, the dollar's getting killed. And what's that mean? Because we don't manufacture anything anymore. When we buy all our stuff from China, our dollar's almost worthless now. It's costing us a fortune. People can't afford the stuff coming in. It's too expensive. Too expensive. Can't afford it. That's where our inflation's coming from. It's killing us. Now, anybody that's in Congress, that's in government, that's on Wall Street, they don't want the big tech stocks stop going up. They don't care about the economy. They don't care about you, the worker. They could care less. They want one thing: keep those tech stocks going up. And how do they do that? By keeping interest rates low. How do you keep interest rates low? You print money to buy treasuries to drop those interest rates down, called yields. So here we are again. They're all going back up again. These poor people, so these people are making money on the tech stocks again, but Main Street is getting screwed. Getting screwed. So, is a crash coming? You bet. All they're doing is kicking the can down the road because they know they can't raise rates ever again. That's the consequence of going in, financially engineering a stock market. And that's the consequences for keeping rates artificially too low for too long. That's like, could you ever take a guy who's been on heroin for 13 years and you think he just stops? No, it's over. There's a certain point, the guy's just going to die. It's over. That's where the stock market is. The stock market's point, it's just going to die from all this inflation. But the guys and gals who are in the big tech stocks, they're going to make a lot of money, and they're going to be out before this market crashes. And you got to do the same thing, and my chart does that for you. Be right back after this break. More stocks.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy. Is your business prepared to respond to any emergency in the workplace? Well, you better be. Let over 30 years of law enforcement experience go to work for you. Boyd Investigative Group is here for all your business security needs. I know. I use them. They're terrific. Call today for your free confidential consultation. 941-724-4535. That's 941-724-4535. Or visit them on the website, BoydInvestigativeGroup.com.
License number A1900020.
Warning. Google, Apple, Microsoft, Netflix, Facebook, all these hot stocks are going to crash. They're going to drop as much as 60-70%. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. Exactly what happened in the .com days is going to repeat itself. Remember, 85% of people lose money in the stock market because they don't know when to get out. I fixed that with my color code technology chart. It tells you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. That's right. Make sure you check it out. It's free for 10 days. philsgang.com. When the market's open, we watch the market all day long. And when we see there's an opportunity for a stock, and it's a stock that we've been following, there's a lot of stocks we put on our watch list, and it has to hit a certain criteria. Then when it does, we alert you. You immediately get an alert. It says, we bought this stock, X stock, at $30. So you get an alert immediately. What's better than that? I mean, nobody does that for you. But the most important thing, they'll say, okay, here's why we're getting out now, or here's why we're taking profits. I think it's going to go down. Look, the most important thing is this. I want you to be prepared for when the market does tank or rally, that you're with us, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG. Join my gang right now, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG, and you'll be in position, and you'll sleep at night. You don't have to worry.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
Thinking about investing in the stock market? Go to philsgang.com, where we have over 50 years experience in trading and investing in the stock market. Phil's Gang teaches you how to make profits in the market with stock chart analysis, up-to-the-minute alerts, and always keeping you informed with professional guidance in long and short-term positions. Go to philsgang.com or call one of our professional staff to answer your questions. 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Stop wondering about your financial future and start doing something about it.
At St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, we're fighting against childhood cancer every day. At the heart of this battle are our donors.
Most of us want to make some type of difference in the lives of others. St. Jude does miraculous work.
The fact that no one has to pay, it's a place where everyone is treated as an equal.
Everybody is welcome here, and it doesn't matter your religion or what part of the world you're from, all that is taken away. It just gives you some hope.
It's just a nice feeling to put your energy into something that really does genuinely make a difference in a child's life.
There's just no greater gift. If we have the ability to help, then we have a responsibility to help.
Finding cures, saving children. St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Find out how you can help at stjude.org.
I've been a Phil's Gang member since 2014. Over that time, I've generated over six-figure profits. Following Phil, his charting system has really been a huge impact on my career and my life. I would recommend Phil's Gang to the mom and pop out there. I would recommend it to parents teaching their children. I would recommend it to grandparents. If you really trust in their system, you will do well.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264. Welcome back to the Phil's Gang Show. Are you ready to make profits in the stock market? Then go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG. Now, here's Phil.
You're fine. You don't pay attention to the value of your house every day. Don't pay attention to your portfolio every day. Have a good, sound plan so you can go on and enjoy life.
Yeah, right. Don't you love that? Isn't that amazing? That's incredible. Just go on and enjoy life. Don't worry. Don't pay attention to anything. That's what they want you to do. You know, and for you people that are in 401ks, I'm begging you. They are rotten to the core. In this thing where they suck you in, the reason they're successful, such a terrible product, where it's so terrible, even the founder of the 401ks says they're rotten to the core. They're so terrible, companies make sure they don't set up any standardized investment education program for any employee. Remember, 401k was never intended to replace that pension. There's too many hidden fees. So the thing now I know I'm never going to talk you out of getting out of your 401k because you get that match. And you'll never believe me when I tell you, you really don't get that match. That match is a sucker's play. The match, that's the key to get you in. That's the hook. That's the hook. You're going to get matched. That's the hook. It's what people fall for this thing. But you give it all back with your 12(1)B fees. You get it all back with all the 27 hidden fees. So here's what you should do. We designed a chart called the Tracker, Mutual Fund Tracker. And you can use this for 30 days, free. It works. It identifies your portfolio, your 401k. Just put it up, and it will track what's going on in your mutual fund that's inside your 401k. It'll track it. It'll tell you when it's in danger. It'll tell you that you better get out of this thing. It'll tell you when, you're okay, it's doing fine. But the most important thing, just like my color-coded technology for my investors to tell them when to buy, when to add, when to get out, when not to add, and when to turn around, it's going to collapse, turn around and just sell it short, make money on the way down. This tells you people with 401ks, when you should get out of Dodge. It'll also tell you when it's safe to stay in. But at least for the first time, you got an opportunity, for heaven's sakes, to look at something that tells you, hey, you better get out. You're going to lose all that money. And all that money that's matched, you're going to give it all back. That's a joke. You don't think you gave that all back in the dot-com crash? You don't think you gave it all back in the housing finance crash we had? And you don't think you're going to give it all back in the QE crash we're almost coming on to now? Check it out. Go to my site, philsgang.com, and look for it says right there, the tracker, mutual fund tracker. Click on mutual fund tracker, and it shows you how it works. You can use it 30 days free, and you enjoy it. You know, you want to make sure you're always in the right stocks. You always hear about value stocks, value, growth stocks. And we used to look to our treasury yields. We used to look to the bond market. We used to look to, okay, if our yields, interest rates, okay, if those are high, if we have high yields, high interest, we'd make sure we'd be in the right group of stocks, whether it's the banks or oils or defensive stocks, or if we had high inflation because our yields were low, our treasury yields are low, we would know to be in growth stocks like big tech, semiconductors, material stocks. You'd always know where to go. But now they've taken that and manipulated it so bad. We have now, when your big tech stocks are going up and your banks should be going down, you got the banks going up the same time your big tech stocks are going up. Or you got material stocks, going up, and you got defensive stocks going up when they shouldn't be. So it's very important, okay, today, that just understand the only thing that's going to help you make money is simply follow where the money is going. And that's what we do. By the way, before this program is over, I really want to warn you about these infrastructure jobs, because you're going to hear tonight, wow, look at this. This is great. These infrastructure jobs, remember what happened in 2009. They don't start immediately. They're terrible. All the spending they're talking about, $1 billion. Remember, for every $1 billion, they hire, I think it's 13,000 people for every 1 billion. 13,000 people. But they don't start right away. It's terrible. It's inherently slow because of all the process. They're never shovel ready. You have to get all these permits. It takes a long time to get them. It's terrible. So when you hear tonight how this is a great thing, this infrastructure, no. It's a poor short-term job creator. If they took that same money and give it to small entrepreneurs who start businesses, the backbone of our country, what a difference. We don't want a person, remember, you're not going to get your bartender, you're not going to get your waitress, you're not going to get your healthcare person going to go and start welding on a bridge. He's not going to be a welder. These are specialized people. At best, you know that infrastructure employment, that's the tiniest part of our labor, like at 0.24%. So tiny. So what they're going to do is just, yes, if you are a welder and you're out of work, yes, this is an opportunity. But it's a short-term opportunity. It's a poor short-term job creator. And again, the only people that make money in that business are the engineers. The people who work for this industry, the engineers, those kind of people, they make money all because they're in that business. But when they tell you we're going to build bridges and boy, we're going to really grow this economy and grow jobs, no, you're not. First of all, they're not full-time. You get laid off the minute the bridge is done. So just tonight when you start hearing it, put it into perspective. Right now, the best thing to think about is this. While they continue to rig the market, and look what happened now. A week ago, the market went down 500 points. Friday, tomorrow, 500 points. Monday, it went up 500 points because now they're saying they're not going to stop. Everybody knows they're not going to stop printing money. Everybody knows they're not going to raise rates. So continue to stay in the stocks that are doing best when these yields continue to go down. When interest rates continue to go down, stay in those stocks. And then get out when yields start going back up. Make sure you're in the right side. You always got to know simply, if the banks are going up, okay, if you got the big tech stocks are going up and you're making money, that means interest rates are low. Just know that. Just know that. So for people who are always in these tech stocks, watch the yield. Watch the yield. Simple. Okay? If the interest rates are down, the yields keep coming down, then your big tech stocks are going to keep going up, your semis are going to keep going up, your material is going to keep going up. If all of a sudden the yields turn around are high, the banks, these stocks, your big techs are going to drop. You want to get back into your bank stocks. We do this for our members every day. They don't even have to think about it. They don't even have to think. And not only do they make money on the way up, so let's say you're in a big tech stock right now. We watch this for you, and all of a sudden now the big tech stocks start rolling over, start going down. Then we short those stocks to make sure that we make money on the way down. Then we take an allocation and put it into our banks that are going up, or our consumer defensive stocks that are going up, whatever. Look, right now, there is no question we're going to have the biggest crash in history. All they're doing right now, Powell, what he's doing, he's just delaying the crash. It's going to happen. He's trying to delay it. And remember, the bubble is getting bigger and bigger and bigger. He cannot stop the crash because now he's in a position, he found out last Friday, he got all the heat on him. He was not allowed to drop rates. He could not stop this printing of money. He wasn't allowed to, he had to start raising rates. He wanted to raise rates, and they said, no, you can't. You're not going to. Pelosi said, you're not going to raise rates. I have $20 million in big tech stocks. You think you're going to raise rates and kill me? My stock's going to go down? That's what happened over the weekend. All you got to know is, when do you get in? When do you get out? And you can make money. You can make money. You're not going to be big millionaires, but you're going to do more money than ever making a 401k. Keep your 401k if you want. Check it out. Go to my site, philsgang.com. Also, remember, pick up your tracker. Use it 30 days free. And my color-coded chart, use that free for 10 days. I'll see you on the charts. Remember, help St. Jude when you have some money for the stock market.
You have been listening to Phil's Gang with your host, Phil Grandy, on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Remember to visit Phil's website at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or call the office, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
It's up to me to make